All right, GBG, Kalamba, Nachakalamba.
Thanks, Johnjay. Okay, so we will begin with something that may be a little disturbing to some, and then, at one point you have to say, I guess, to each their own, and that's how I'm going to deal with this story, right? So Shakira says her favorite part about mommyhood is breastfeeding. In fact, she wants to breastfeed until her kids go to college. That's right, people. That's right. And like I said, I guess
good.
To each their own. Some people might think that's a little kind of gnarly and gross and whoa with
it's
all
organic.
that. But other people are very into that, and we've heard all sorts of things from celebrities when it comes to feeding their babies. I think we all remember the baby birding incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was that?
Alicia Silverstone.
Oh,
Alicia
yeah.
Silverstone. Yeah, so
Weirdo.
So we're just going to let that one go. Now, I'm not really sure who released this story. Some people are a little skeptical that it could have been Katy Perry to dispel these rumors that her and Robert Pattinson have been hooking up, like Bow Chicka Wow Wow with Romantic Weekends, Santa Barbara and all that stuff. So the story is an anonymous source has come forward and said Robert Pattinson is so heartbroken over his breakup with Kristen Stewart. He's kept his pants zipped. He's not hooking up with anybody right now until he gets over the relationship he had for so long with Kristen Stewart. Do you see what I'm saying? Some people think it's Katy Perry's people who are releasing
That's suspicious.
Okay, so now we get to the fun part. Boy band feud-orama. Okay, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this at all. The Wanted and One Direction have been feuding on Twitter here and there and everywhere. And now that The Wanted have a new song coming out pretty soon, they're doing all sorts of promotion, and they've got the reality show. And so they were on Chelsea Handler 2 nights ago, and she brought up, is there like a feud or something going on with One Direction?
I think there seems to be an issue with one of those guys, but they're all right, I think definitely a couple of them are really sound, and the others are all right.
Really? I mean, not really.
So he said, yeah, there's a little something going on. They're okay. A couple of them are okay, but the others are okay.
Yeah, but you're not really making any sense.
He stopped himself, and he didn't want to start throwing him under the bus. Bro.
Yeah.
So a little background information, if you didn't follow the Twitter war that was, I think, like in April or something like that, it was between Louis and Tom. So Louis of One Direction and Tom of The Wanted, right? And they went back and forth, and he's like, ooh, it's so sad you can't be part of our group. And Louis was like, I would never try out for your group because you guys suck. Anyway. So
The Wanted started it?
Yeah, well, I think so. But I don't know what happened to start it. So I can't say that for sure.
You want to be in One Direction or The Wanted?
I don't know. Who do you want?
One Direction.
One Direction.
Really?
The Wanted does not have stores opening up all over America just because their name's on stuff.
That's true. But then they sort of continued the talking of the feud. They were on Watch What Happens Live with Bravo's Andy Cohen just last night, and he did a little project with them, which I'm sure we're going to see Leno copy pretty soon here, or Wendy Williams copy somewhere in here. He does this thing where he says, I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and we're just going to do rapid-fire questions. And the One Direction feud sort of came up.
What member of One Direction do you think is most likely to come out of the closet first?
Louis.
Has Lindsay Lohan contacted any of you since she went into rehab?
No.
Who has slept with the most fans?
Me.
Max. You. Who has the worst personal hygiene?
Tom.
Just so you know, a little more.
They all agree.
There you go. A little more about The Wanted.
Tom.
In case you wanted to know, Tom has bad hygiene.
Although, we will say The Wanted, when we hung out with them, they were super cool.
They were the coolest, yeah.
Okay, so, and also, just so you know, Max George supposedly hooked up with Lindsay Lohan and all that stuff. They asked what the celebrity crush was, and he said Lindsay Lohan. He said wanted to make her feel good in rehab in case she's watching the show.
Oh, that's nice.
My guess is that she's not watching Watch What Happens Live in rehab, but that's just my guess. Any hoodle, moving on. Earlier, I told you that on our website right now, johnjandrich.com, if you type in the keyword GBG, you can see the new video that's been released of 98 Degrees. It's their new song. Right? And since we're on the topic of boy bands, I decided to play it for you, a little snippet of it. And correct me if I'm wrong here, or maybe my mind's just in the gutter, but I think the song's really dirty.
Hold on. It's stuck.
Put this in your hand and hold it up to your lips. We could be a two-piece band and make some hits while you sing in this microphone. Like, oh.
I don't think it's about a microphone.
I think it's about a microphone, Kyle. You don't think so with microphones?
Not.
Well, Johnjay's very literal. Whatever you say is they're using
tell you something.
a little metaphor there, I believe.
I feel bad. A couple days ago, got an email. Hey, Nick Lachey wants to come on your show.
Oh my We didn't say yes?
I said no.
Why?
Because the last time we went on the show, he had like all this canned stuff. It was like he was too prepped to do it. I was like,
yeah.
So I was like, forget it. And now,
Oh my God, I have to say, even like I just like needed that excuse to play the song. Like I really like that song. I think
like
it's
it
a
too.
really good song.
What?
This is weird that you're booking guests now because I booked Nick Lachey in like a week or 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, good for you. What do you mean weird booking guests? I booked
That's not
friggin'
your role.
who did I book the
You
other day
don't
that
do
was a
that.
disaster?
Well, do I cancel Nick Lachey now because you turned him down?
No, who did I book the other day was a disaster? Demi Lovato.
Yeah, it was Demi Lovato.
That wasn't a disaster. That was good. Selena Gomez was a disaster.
Did you book Selena Gomez?
No.
He just made it a disaster on his own.
Actually, Kyle did that one.
Oh, you're not even taking the blame.
I take part blame for that. Because okay.
Anyway, so you
Either
booked
way.
it. Okay, good, because they came to me. I said no thanks to Nick Lachey.
No matter what
And
happens.
talk
Bill
to
said yes,
him.
Nick Lachey. Good. Don't tell him I said no.
Oh, but
So-
now that you said no, I don't know. Do we still? You might want to check up on that.
Here's how this is going to work.
I just deleted the email. So he responded to it. If it's the same email.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay,
Either
I know
way-
we're talking to Nick Lachey soon.
At some point, I'm going to have to apologize for everybody to Nick Lachey.
And
As
either
Kermit.
way, at some point, I totally recommend you log on to johnjayandrich.com, type in the keyword GB and GBG, and listen to the whole song because there's dirty parts in it, like the part that I played, but it's awesome. Like I really like it.
So when does it start getting played or it doesn't?
I don't know. I want to play it right now.
On the phone. Whoa, whoa.
Right now, it's really catchy.
Phone, whoa.
Call it up and request it, Kyle.
Okay, I'd like to request microphone by 98 degrees, please.
We'll try to get that on for you.
I will. If we interview Nick Lachey, I'm only going to talk to him as Michael Douglas being Liberace.
Oh, that's
Say yes, Nick.
It's so creepy.
Hi, Nick.
do that.
I love 98 degrees.
You took me from a happy place to a no, I need a hot shower.